everyone, it's Timah. Welcome back to my cooking channel, Cooking for Health with Timah. And today I'm going to be making a really nice dessert for you guys. This is going to be a mango pie. That's right, mango pie. So let's get right into it. Here's our ingredients. Alright, so we're starting off with making our dough first for our pie. And we're going to have 2 cups of spelt flour. You're going to use 1 cup of ground up walnuts, and you're going to mix your half cup of date sugar with your ground up walnuts. And you're going to need half a cup of some warm water. And then we'll also use about 2 tablespoons of oil. If you have like a mock butter, something that you've used, then use that. Use your favorite. We're going to blend all that together. And we're also going to need a teaspoon of your fine ground sea salt. So I have all of my flour here inside of my sifter, and so I'm just going to get all that sifted down, and then I'll add in my blended walnuts, and then I'll put in my water and mix all that together, and I'll come back. And you may need to sift this one more time since you put in the ground up walnuts, and you want to make sure that there are no lumps inside of here, no whole pieces of walnuts. So that's going to be the other reason why you'll go ahead and you'll sift it. Okay, so now I'm going to pour in my water. Alright, and here's your dough here, and it is going to be a bit sticky. But what we're going to do to this, we're going to take some cling wrap, and we're going to roll it out, and we're going to wrap this dough up inside the cling wrap, and we're going to put it inside the refrigerator for at least an hour. Alright, so now what we have here are mangoes. So you're going to need like about 5 to 6 mangoes. Really nice sized mangoes. So I'm going to cut off all of the skins, and then I'm gonna cube these up and get these prepared for the filling. Alright, so now we're getting ready to start putting our filling together. And what I have here is the mangoes that's all cut up. I did have some mangoes left over inside of my freezer, so I did put those inside of here too. And we're going to have a half cup of our date sugar, half of a teaspoon of the of some ginger powder, and you're going to use 2 tablespoons of your garbanzo flour. And along with that, you're going to use like one third cup of your mock butter. You're going to have that completely melted. What you're going to do is mix all of your powdered ingredients, your sugar, your ginger, and your flour in with your mock butter. And you're going to blend that all in well. And then once that's all blended in, you're going to pour it right over your mangoes and mix that in really good. All right, so we're going to pour this all over our mangoes. And we're going to mix this in really good. Alright, so we're going to let this cook down. Look how beautiful and colorful that is. So it's going to, and it smells so good. We're going to let this cook all down, and we're going to cover it as it's going to cook down. Our mangoes are cooked down, covered for 10 minutes, and now it's in that nice mushy stage that we want. So it's all turned off and cooling off. So now what you want to do is take a half of a cup of your favorite strawberry preserve. If you've made some strawberry preserve, you're going to use that. So I'm going to take that and pour it in. Now you're just going to take it and you're going to work it around inside of your mixture. Alright everyone, so now I have my dough out of the oven, out of the refrigerator, and it's still wrapped up. And so now what we want to do is flour our surface. So let's get this flour really nice down here. And your dough will be it'll be a little bit sticky. And what we're going to use is our dough scraper. I know I was calling it a spatula. This is your dough scraper. So I'm going to set this over to the side, and now I'm going to get our dough, unwrap it. Oh yeah. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to put it right down here on our flour. There we go. Then I'm just going to put a little flour over it. There we go. Alrighty. So now we're going to just take this and just turn it a little. Get that turned a little bit. It's gonna kind of, there we go. Take off about, say about a third of it. There we go. Take off a third, and then I'm gonna take this, that third, just gonna take this part here, and I'm gonna sit it over to the side. I'm just gonna sit inside of a bowl, and I'm gonna work with the remainder of this. And I'm gonna flatten this out. You're gonna take it up and you're gonna put some more flour down, plus we're gonna flip it over. There we go. Just flip it over, and let's just put a little bit more flour on this side, so you don't need too much, and just flatten it on out. I'm going to get this to a really nice flatness here. Now that our dough is all laid out here, we're just going to take it up. See how nice and pliable it is? I'm going to take this up. Well, hold on, let me grab my dish first. This is my spring lock dish. Just let it break right into it. And then you can fix any little tears or anything once you get it in there. Alright, so now I have my dough all around inside of my container. And I'm going to go ahead and put this back inside of the refrigerator. And the extra dough that we chopped off and took off from around the side, we're going to wrap that back up inside of the clear plastic. And that's going to go back inside of the refrigerator as well. So now we have our crust out of the freezer, out of the refrigerator. Well, you can sit this inside of the freezer. You just sit it in just long enough for it to get stiff. And so now this is about to go inside of the oven. It's going to go in the oven on 425 degrees. We're going to let it sit in there for about 10 to 12 minutes. All our pie crust is inside of the oven. We're going to take our extra dough that we cut off. We're just going to kind of work this a little bit. Just get it a little bit pliable because it just came out of the refrigerator and it is cold. Just flatten it out as much as we possibly can. Use palms of our hands. Okay, so now that this is all laid out, what we're going to do is just cut off some strips. I have my shell out of the oven. And now I'm going to go ahead and start pouring in my filling. Let's get that all poured in nicely. Alright, now we're going to lay the crust down all around the edges. Alright, so now we have all of our crust that's around the edges laid down, and we have all of our strips laid in. There we go. Alright, so I have my melted butter with date sugar, and so we're just going to brush it right over the top. Alright, so now that I have that all brushed over the top, this is now about to go right into the oven on 350 degrees, and it's going to be in there for like 40 minutes, and this is what it looks like. Alrighty guys, our pie is out of the oven, and we're just going to let this cool off, and then we're going to cut right into it. Yep, we gotta cut into this. Gotta cut into this. Alright, let's get this piece out of here. Let's see. Oh my. Look at there.